do this.
I love starting off with laughing, and my guest, the incredible Teenie Parks. You're going to get to hear from her in a second. Do you want to say hi, Teenie?
Hi. Thanks for having me, Danielle. This is going to be so fun.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun, and we have lots to talk about. So Teenie is an incredible senior stylist with Stella Dot. We will tell you more about her in a second, but I just want to introduce you to both of us, and also just welcome you here to find out a little bit about what it's like a day in the life of a Stella Dot stylist. What the heck does that involve? Why would I want to do that? What does she do on a daily basis? Is it worthwhile? How did that necklace get so great? We will answer all the questions. At least we will try to. So my name is Danielle Redner. I am the Chief Inspirational Officer at Stella Dot. That is a thing. That's a title. I'm very lucky to have the coolest title in the world. And one of the favorite things that I get to do every week is talk to some of our independent business owners and just ask them how it's going. Like, what's it like being a stylist? What do they do on a daily basis? What's worked for them? And then share any tips they might have. Because if you are watching this because you're thinking about it, then you'll probably relate to somebody. So Teenie is one you're definitely going to relate to. She's an incredible stylist and leader. She's been with us for a number of years, and she just won a very exciting, prestigious award at our national sales conference called the Impact Award. I'm going to let her brag on herself about that in a minute. But I want to let you know, as you're watching this, we love to give free stuff away. It's what we do all the time. We give it to our hostesses. We give it to our stylists. Teenie, do you know how much free product you've earned over the years?
Thousands. As a matter of fact, in my Jumpstart, I earned $1,107 in free product, and that was in the first 60 days alone. So my goal was always never pay for jewelry, because I was trying to do this to make money, and it was very easy for me to want everything. So I said, if I want it, gotta earn it. So that's what got me out there. So I think thousands upon thousands upon thousands.
Okay, I love that. How many years have you been with us?
5 years.
I love that 5 years later, you know exactly how much you earned free in your first 2 months.
I will never forget that number.
A good number. I like it. So please, we want to give free stuff away today too. So hashtag SD for all, SDFORALL in the comments below. Tag 2 friends. At the end of this 15-minute or so conversation with this amazing woman, we are going to give away a $250 shopping spree. So tag below. Join some friends. You got nothing to lose by tagging them, and then they'll get to hear from her too. So without further ado, Teenie, tell us who you are, where you're from, just your life, like what do you do, and how'd you find out about Stella Dot in the first place?
Sure. I am originally from Seattle, born and raised, and then I spent 18 years in the Bay Area of California, where I was actually first introduced to Stella Dot. A friend did a trunk show in the art room of the school I was working in as a school counselor, and that was my first intro. And so lived in the Bay Area, and then 10 years ago, my husband and I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. So I have had a little bit of sampling of all of the U.S., but I began my Stella Dot career in Charlotte as a new mom and in a new city and in a new place. I had left my school counseling job to be a stay-at-home mom, and truth be told, went through quite a bit of an emotional roller coaster there, because that's not easy, having everything new all at once. And so my husband and I came across a Bloomberg special about Stella Dot, and Jessica Heron was interviewed. And we're both like, And I said, well, I've been to a trunk show back in San Francisco, and I've heard great things. And he said, it looks like a very stable company, looks amazing. And I said, all right, I think I might give it a whirl. I called my cousin, and I said, I've been thinking about doing Stella Dot. And she said, I've been thinking about it too. And she lives in the Bay Area. And I was still on the fence. I wasn't sure. I said, why don't you give it a go? Tell me what you think. A year later, I still hadn't done it, and probably one of my biggest regrets that I didn't do it right on the spot, but that's okay, no regrets. My cousin and I met up at the beach in North Carolina, and she had brought everything, every jewel she had, and we spent hours trying on, putting on, and I just looked at her, I said, I want it all. I want everything, and I signed up that night. And so she was loving it. I was loving it. We were able to share the fashion and the fun and the hooplas together, and we've been doing it ever since.
what I love about that is so many stylists say that. You know, I wanted to join, and then like a year later, I still hadn't joined, and the only regret I have is that I didn't join sooner. So I love that you said that, because I think it's a very common story. There's a lesson in there, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so had you ever done anything like this before? I guess you had probably loved accessories before, but had you ever sold anything or had anything to do with fashion or anything like this at all?
Never. And this was my first foray into fashion. I had done finance, I'd done software sales. I never really quite found my niche and got my degree to go back and be a school counselor. I loved that. And I, planned to go back one day to school counseling after staying home with the kids. But finding Stella and Dot and jumping in and saying, okay, I can do this. This is going to be a fun side gig. The thing that really blew me away is I'd never found anything like it before. It just, once the door opened and I got to peek in and see the community and the love and the joy and the acceptance, it was a level of camaraderie and family that I'd never seen in any one of my past careers. And the feeling just overwhelmed me because, even in school environments, you're thinking warm and fuzzy and lots of hugs and counseling and all that. There were still the challenges in terms of, I guess, the politics of everything. And Stella and Dot has just always been like coming home to me, like a family, and like nothing I'd ever experienced in my professional life before.
What have, you might make me cry. It's a little dusty. What have been the rewards of it for you?
It feels endless. At first it was free jewelry, you just getting all the fun stuff. And then it slowly grew into making friends and finding mentors and being around the women that lift me up and finding those people in my life that have become like sisters to me. The community is just mind-blowing. If you want it, it's there. If you want to reach out and make close friends and just find that sisterhood and around the love of jewelry and just the love of being empowered women, it's there. That's the richest reward for me.
And you just got, so speaking of rewards and awards, you were just awarded one of 3 impact awards that we give out every year at Hoopla. And Teeny mentioned Hoopla. Hoopla is our national sales conference. It just happened, so it's on everybody's brain right now. It's in July. It's when our entire community comes together for training, inspiration, motivation, recognition, all the issues. And one of the things that Teeny was recognized for was that award. So can you explain to us what that award is, and then just what the backstory to why you were the winner? I want you to brag on yourself here. I know it's not like in your character to do that, but please do.
Thank you. It was such a wonderful surprise to be nominated for this award. I have always loved using my business as a platform for fundraising. And I've always offered shows to people to say, hey, if you do a trunk show, you can earn, I'll donate a portion of my proceeds to you, or you can use the rewards to make an auction basket. So I've always loved doing that as part of my business. It's my favorite part of my business, to be able to give in a way that I wouldn't be able to do it without. I could give 25, maybe 50 here, but this way I can give hundreds of dollars, hundreds of product. So I actually had done so much fundraising that I was approached and nominated for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Woman of the Year. And it's a 10-week philanthropic campaign where the nominees basically race to see who can earn the most money for cancer. And it's a 10-week period, and it happened this year. And I put together a team of Stella Dot stylists and friends and family. And I said, all right, we got 10 weeks. Let's get out there, turn over every rock, find every way to raise money. And we raised $274,000 in a matter of 10 weeks. And I'm going to start counting myself.
I want to make sure everyone heard that amount. Just shy of $300,000 that you, and how many people raised in 10 weeks?
Uh, our team was about, I'd say, 25 strong.
It's amazing.
And I recruited a lot of Stella Dot stylists. I got the idea to recruit Stella Dot stylists to do it because I had done it for a friend previously. I said, hey, I'll do a show for you. I'll give you all the proceeds, the jewelry, everything, and to help you win. And so what we ended up doing was I said, well, why does it have to be just one stylist? Why can't it be all the stylists? So I put it out to every stylist in my community. I said, hey, here's an extra show for you. Here's an extra way to get out into your community, and then an extra way to give back. So you decide what portion you want to donate to our campaign, and you do you, and we will raise money and cure cancer. And so many stylists stepped up and said, this is a great opportunity because so many people are touched by the cause. And so doing the Man Woman of the Year and raising that money was celebrated at our Hoopla, our annual empowerment conference. And I just was so grateful to be recognized for the work that we did and the work that all the Stella sisters did and everybody did to give back and help fund the cure.
That is what a Woman of the Year does. She goes back. So proud of you. We were all so proud of you. So in addition to that, which is obviously, I mean, how can you top that? But what do you do? Tell us a little bit about your business with Stella Dot when you're not raising $300,000 through your business. What do you do on an average day? If somebody was considering becoming a stylist, what is like a day in the life of Teeny look like?
So first of all, since I'm home with the kids, there's, the nice thing is the flexibility fits right in. So I can fit Stella Dot into the nooks and crannies of my life. I try, the big thing for me is momentum. And I try to do at least 2 things per day to move my business forward. Now, often once I get on a roll, that ends up being 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, I wanted to reach out to this person, 7, 8, 9, or calls come back in, or, that just you sort of see the fruits of your labor. So I just fit it in where I can. And that's what I love about it is it's flexible. But my biggest tip is keep the momentum going by doing at least 2 things a day to propel your business forward.
And give us a couple of examples, or what might one of those things be?
Okay, so maybe reaching out to someone you were thinking might love the opportunity of being a Stella Dot stylist, or perhaps scheduling a trunk show with someone that showed interest at a past trunk show. So, or reaching out, doing customer service, reaching out saying, hey, how did you like what you purchased? And what did you think of, the show? Would you like to try something like this? Or, sometimes it's even just getting out of the house in my Stella Dot gear and getting all the compliments and offering just everything to people. So just being in the business, logging in, being a part of it every single day and living Stella Dot, just where you can is kind of how I do it.
What I love about that is it sounds intimidating to think, oh, I'm going to say to someone, you might like this. But at the end of the day, we always say there are no jewelry emergencies. Like it's accessories. Like people are pretty happy when you're talking about fashion, actually, because it's a fun topic. So it's probably easier than somebody might think too. Because I know you had never done this before, and you've obviously done incredibly. So, all right, 3 quick questions.
Yes.
Favorite current piece? Like, what's the piece that is? Like, I'm into the Lady Boss necklace. That happens to be this guy. So what's your piece that's keeping you up at night that you're like building outfits around, which the normal people don't do, but Stella Dot stylists do, right? You build an outfit.
Oh, absolutely.
So piece, and then like a favorite memory or highlight of your career.
Okay. So it's hot in Charlotte. So for me, the statement earrings are everything. I'm loving our return to the statement and sort of our roots and the beginning, the genesis of Stella Dot. I love my statement earrings, and I can wear them on hot days and not feel like, woof. And I think that's so much fun. Tell me again what the next question was.
I actually love that because you're right. Earrings don't make you hot.
Exactly.
When you live in Canada on a super hot day, you just don't want anything on you. So yes, I love that. Just a highlight, like a career highlight or a memory, maybe something to do with a hostess or a customer, or just what stands out to you?
Oh, one of my favorite memories is my first hoopla, and just kind of witnessing the community and feeling just the awesomeness that is Stella Dot. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. You know, my cousin said, you have to go. It's so fun. It's so fashionable. It's like New York Fashion Week. There's, you know, modeling new jewelry. You get to see the new line. It's so fabulous. And I wasn't prepared. I knew I was prepared for seeing fabulous fashion, but I wasn't prepared to witness just the love and power of just learning how to be confident, learning how to be me, learning how to be authentic. It's so much more than jewelry. It's finding yourself. I mean, that might seem crazy and nebulous, but I couldn't have done the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Woman of the Year campaign had it not been for the confidence that I've grown through my Stella Dot business. And, you know, success is in part so many things. It's failures, it's disappointments, it's little wins here and there, it's stringing little wins together, but it's ultimately just over time you grow so much from it, and you learn so much, and you learn so much about yourself and your family, and it's awesome.
On that note, Teeny Parks, everyone. Yes, it's all of that. So if there's any part of you that is considering joining us, we would love to have you. We have a super adorable startup kit right now. It's so simple to join. $149 US, $179 Canadian. You just go to the site, you click off the options you want. We're going to walk you right through the best sellers. It's literally easy button. To me, the favorite, I mean, I love everything about you, and I love, of course, your accomplishments and your Woman of the Year. I mean, who gets to be called Woman of the Year? But the thing I love most is your confidence that has led to all of those things. And so if anybody's considering joining us and you're like, but I don't have that level of confidence, Teeny, final words, what would you say to that person?
I honestly, at the time, I was so nervous. I was so scared. And if I could go back and whisper in my ear 5 years ago, I'd say, do it. And my favorite quote is, leap and the net will appear. And when I say the net will appear, I mean, we have got you at this company. You have all the training, technology, support, everything you will ever need to succeed in this business is available if you want it. And let me tell you, that net is there.
Thank you, Teeny Parks. I have nothing to add to that except you're a rock star. So we hope you will join us. Thank you for joining us for 20 minutes. Don't forget to hashtag SD for all and 2 friends below. We'll do the drawing shortly. And you're the best. Thanks, Teeny.
Thank you, Danielle.